Hi friends, Christine here. Welcome back to Quilting on Caffeine for coffee chat number 2. It is Saturday. I know this. It's Saturday, May 14th. It's my bestie's birthday, but it's also the first beautiful day we've had in quite some time. So I'm taking a few minutes to enjoy an iced coffee and catch up with what I've been doing. So last I spoke, I had knitting ADHD, really struggling to sit down with one project and continue on one project. And that has not changed at all. So I'm still struggling to focus. I have made some progress. I do have some things to share. So So this is where the habitation throw stands. This is, I want to say Helen Stewart. I've definitely acknowledged her in past vlogs and gotten it right. And I'm using the Stress Knits Advent Calendar from this past year and just knitting it as the days came out. So it follows along day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Like you could see it progressing. Okay. Sorry. Of course, people decide to call me when I'm doing this. So, made a little bit of progress, but we haven't. I mean, that's going to be, maybe I'll have it completed for next Advent. That would be lovely. I am 17 days in out of the 24, but I've changed the format so that it's not a square. I knit it as wide as I wanted to knit it, and then I just started knitting it straight. So if all goes according to plan, it will be a rectangle at the end, but I will need to subsidize what I've got. Is subsidize the right word? I think so. Subsidize what I have with a neutral, but I'm actually kind of excited about that because I think that will make it look even more modern. Stress Knits has a pretty modern palette, and I love her color scheme, so super excited to finish that. And then I alluded to this last time. Okay. That's not what I alluded to. I alluded to this last time, that I was doing something I swore I'd never do. I'm knitting socks. This is by Freckled Whimsy, this yarn. The striped yarn is. And then I picked up some other Elemental Effects, this green for the heel. And because I didn't pick a yarn that had nylon in it, it's 100% wool, I was told to use this along with it. I'm very off center. Holy cow, guys. I was told to use that. Running threads? Oh, I should have re-googled that beforehand. So I'm just knitting two together, and you can see it here. It actually just makes it complements the stripe a little bit more. So that's fun. And because I was afraid of just having one sock, I did cast on the other sock, but I'm saving it for summer outings. Because I feel like a sock is something you can do on the go when your kids are doing sports or swimming or any of that sort of stuff, and you're not going to melt. Okay. It is 80 degrees here and hot, and then I added in lights, so bear with me for a minute. That's all I've got going in knitting for now. We'll get to plans in a bit. Let's move on to sewing, shall we? So my attention issues sewing wise are just as bad as the knitting issues. I I start all the things and I can't finish all of the things. In a minute, I will turn you around to see where I stand on the Embrace the Chaos quilt that I was working on. But first, I'm going to show you this little thing. Okay. Is she not the cutest? So, I don't know if I mentioned this, but over April break, half of my family was like sick, like down for the count, super bad respiratory sickness. We couldn't leave the house. We were stuck here. And it was cold and rainy too a couple of those days. It was just miserable. So my friend Erica dropped this little Tilda print off, and I don't know if you can see, but that's actually her outfit is like applique on. So I was able to make a cute little, it's going to be a pin cushion once I get to it, but I was able to make her up, and she's got some beads for her necklace that match the blue Tilda print below. Some funky little earrings. So I thought that was fun. A little glimmer of hope in a super stressful time. And then I was also gifted, okay, so Ruby Star has these little charm packs out. So I was gifted the charm pack and then this pattern. And I made this. Oh my gosh. So just so you guys can see the print, look at how pretty that is. It's just like their little speckled line. Little ombre pillow. So I'm hoping to quilt that. I have everything set aside for that, batting and all of that sort of stuff. And then let's look around over there. Let me organize for a second. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm wondering if it's as hot by you guys as it is by me. Holy cow. I don't think it's so much that it's hot, because 80 is really not hot. I think it's that last week it was like 38, raining and windy, and this week it's like high 70s or 80s. The other thing that I'm playing around with, that I think I will not be continuing to play around with, but I'm enjoying it now, is English paper piecing. So that's fun. I went to a workshop online with Juicy Juice to learn how to do this, and I love the fussy cutting, and I love that it's a portable sewing project, but man, my eyes not, oh, it would make a great fan though. My eyes are not up to the challenge of this at the moment, so that is going to back burner for a little bit. Okay, rush through that. I'm going to show you this, and then we can move into plans. So, I'm going to spin you around. I'm hopefully going to not drop you on the floor, and I'm hopefully also not going to show you too much of my messy studio. Just kidding, can't turn you. Okay. So there it is. Well, most of it. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Let's turn the light around to get some more light on that. So that's the bottom row, and then that moves up. And then this is where I was. This is where it is now. The colors are not representing correctly, but you get the idea. So the reason I didn't actually finish this was because you can see here, I hope you can see right here, this was supposed to be a full gray block, and I put it all together and it was like the black abyss, because it was the only gray block in the whole thing. So I actually needed to do something. So I actually added a little orange strip here to mimic the pink strip that is in the top that you guys, unfortunately, let's see. I swear I'll pick you up if I drop you on the ground. There it is. Anyway, so work in progress on that. I'm going to go sit back down and talk about next plans. Oh, that was almost a successful turnaround. Yay! My papers just went everywhere, but I'll take it. Okay. Hi. I can't wait until I have a switcher or something so that I can have a camera pointing that, like I have two cameras, but I can have a camera pointing that way and another one pointing at me. And that will be amazing. Bear with me. Okay. I can see the feed down here, so I'm sorry. Anyway, that's what I've got going on. Not a ton of time to sew this week, which is unfortunate, but I'm excited that I at least got that piece together and noticed that I wasn't going to like the dark gray square, the one single dark gray square in the midst of bright colors before I actually sewed the whole top together. Because I was able to remedy that. I think that that would have been one of those things that drove me nuts. Nuts. Okay. Now, I'm trying to decide what to do next. I have a lot of whips. I clearly need to finish that. I have a lot of whips, and I'm trying to focus myself, but it is tough. And I need to let the dog out. Okay, so, sorry. I started this project as kind of like my pick it up when I just want to cut some fabric or let off some steam. It is the Front Porch Quilts by Quilter's Candy. And in a previous vlog, I had shared all of the background squares that I had cut. So those are all done. And I had a ton, this is not even all of them, but I had a lot of the fabrics. I wanted to do rusts and pinks and oranges and yet like warm colors. And I had a lot of them in my stash already. And I've already started cutting those rectangles out. So you can see those. So that was exciting. Making progress is always exciting. And then today I have another stash of fabrics underneath this table that I was planning to use, just like little fat quarters that I picked up or pieces of yardage that I cut from that I didn't want to bolt back up, but was bigger than like I'm all over the place with my fabric. Maybe that's what I should. How to store your fabric mess. Then I grabbed this little bag. So this is the first part of the project that I've actually indulged in new fabric for. For me, I feel like that's actually pretty good. And I'll actually be able to pull some of the fabrics that I used in that Embrace the Chaos quilt as well. But there was a sale. I need to do fabric to pet. It's welcome to my library of fabric, people. So I've got that going, but I also think I need to do this quilt, and I think I need to prioritize this quilt because it would make a beautiful baby quilt. So that is from. It's not the current issue, but it's not that old either. The Love Patchwork and Quilting magazine. It ends up being 35 inches square. We have a good friend who just had a baby. And I just think that this is super sweet. Maybe in some Ruby Star blenders. I just love it. And it's big blocks and curved piecing, which would be fun. And it feels a little summery, which I'm definitely craving over the fall colors of that other project. Every time, everything has a place and a time. But then, because I am having some, I want to do all the things. The sad part is I don't even know where to start. Thinking I might need to knock out a few bags. Summer is almost upon us, which means portable projects are going to be a must for me, and for like, I would like to have my other kids have portable projects for when they're sitting on the sidelines of a siblings event. Oh, I don't actually have the picture for this. Anyway, I have a kit that I've had for, a long time, a year probably, for the Greenline Studio Field kit. I'll print out a picture next week for that one. But do I want to make that one? I've also had this on the radar. This is from episode or issue number 11 of Making. There's a bag in a project bag in here that I immediately got all into. It's called the Makers Project. This is actually the best photo. It's not their hero photo, but I have all the supplies for that. Let me show you that little. So I picked up all the materials to do that as well. This is why I'm not going to go live on weekends very often, because I tried so hard to have an empty house and I do not. And my child needs to take that toy away from the dog.
Why?
Because I am on a live stream right now. This is why we need project bags to entertain people while we are sitting on sidelines. So that's 2 bags. I also have the supplies for another bag over there that I'm going to talk more about next time. So I think that maybe getting some quick wins under my belt that are not quilting related would be great. So like quilting up the pillow top, that would be fun. Maybe making some project bags to carry knitting projects around, or if I do get into hand piecing projects, also fun. That's a lot. It's hot. Current issue of Making. I treated myself for Mother's Day. I got money from my mom. My mom gave me a gift for Mother's Day. That's hysterical. So I indulged in this, which I'm going to go on the record as saying it's the same person who put out the worsted book that I made that Stephen West shawl from. I might be proved to be a liar in a couple of days, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I gifted myself this. And my kids unknowingly gifted me this. So there's another bag. She's also very cute. And did take a ton, yeah, just 3/4 of a yard of both of the 2 fabrics. So that feels like doable. There's also this knit blanket in there that's super cute that I do not want to do as a blanket. I mean, as a knitting project, but that would be a super fun, that's super inspirational for quilting for me. And then lastly, if I'm going to be a sock knitter, I might as well go all in and make myself orange socks, right? So cute. And I don't actually know what I'm doing, like looking at all these knitting projects, except for the fact that I know I'm going to be running my kids around a lot in the next month or so. And I'm desperate for like a travel project. And I don't know that there's a sewing project I can do. And I'm not sure that maybe starting embroidery is the way to go either. So, I mean, there's always room for another maker project, right? Oh, I'm ridiculous. So here, I've narrowed it down to 3 shawls. I basically want to make every shawl in this book. So I've got my next 52 years booked. But there's this one. And this one. It's going to be a hard choice. I seriously have no idea what I want to do. Hello. To those of you who are watching me live, thank you. I know weekend days are hard. At least here they're hard, so I just assume, maybe incorrectly so, they're hard for others too. Especially when it's like the first nice day if you're in the Northeast. Or anywhere, I guess. I guess it's been just miserable weather in a lot of places recently. And you'll notice that there's very few quilting projects. I need to catch up and I need to like organize myself a little bit more. I have lots of projects that I've like either purchased fabric for or pulled fabric for, and now I just need to get re-inspired to do it. And I'm struggling a little bit because I'm not here to do it. So I'm actually putting some thought into like, how can I take quilting, cutting, fabric and cutting table on the road with me, which I'm sure is going to thrill my family to pieces. But that is a worry for another day. So many knitting projects on hand. One quilting project work in progress, which to me is amazing because I am not normally that focused. Unfortunately, I haven't been here to do the quilting project, but baby steps. And then lots of plans. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go. So I think that what I'm gonna do is finish that up. I have another quilt in progress that's like so close to being ready to share. It's the Adventureland quilt, just a larger version than the baby version I've showed in the past. That's like so close, and I've decided that I'm gonna send that off to my long armor friend who has a computer long arm, because it's like right. I love to quilt the things right here to the side of me on my quilt, my mid arm. But it's like one of those things that would be like a struggle. It's just big enough that it's hard, and I saw a pantograph in my Instagram scrolling that just spoke to me, and I can't get it out of my head, and I think that's the one that needs to be on that quilt. And I feel like if I try to do anything else, it's just going to be like, I'm always going to wonder what if. So focusing on finishing up those two, the one on my design wall, the one that's over there ready to almost go, just need to sew up the backing, and then way too many knitting projects for a quilter, but trying to veer towards, and I'm certainly not doing it with the 3 I picked out here, because it's all like, I picked all the patterns that are like DK and worsted weight yarns, so not looking like these are poolside projects. But that's what my sock is for. So busy, but I think think I need to have some more coffee. I think I need to go sit under a fan somewhere and ponder what to do moving forward. So, whenever you watch this, thanks for spending some time with me. Please let me know if you have any thoughts on this rambly episode that I just am posting. Or what would you do if you had tote bags and quilts to make? Which way would you go? I think that's it. I'm gonna go buy some walnut chips for my girl, a pillow form for my pillow, and if I can get that done too, that's like icing on the cake. Anyway, thanks for joining me, whether it be live or whether it be whenever you get to watch this. I always appreciate it. I will be back, not on a Saturday again, soon, unplanned soon, but I'm also thinking I'll be back on Tuesday. Excuse me, Tuesday morning, Eastern Standard Time, which is super early Pacific time and mid-afternoon Europe time. I'll probably post it over on Instagram, although I'm trying to figure out how to post it here too. So, have a great day. Enjoy the weather if it's beautiful. Otherwise, I hope it turns for you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.